Hello, everybody. My name is Joseph Ulo, and I'm a first-year grad student. And I thought I would create this video to kind of explain the differences between WordPress .com and WordPress.org, two different flavors of the software. So I just wanted to make this video to clarify it and also to add to the discussion about online portfolios. I've been designing websites specifically on WordPress platform for the last 10 years, designing social media websites, interactive landing pages for filmmakers and artists, and integrating social media in with those things. So this right here is WordPress.com. There's two versions of WordPress. The WordPress.com, which is free. They provide everything, the hosting, everything that you need to get started. And then there's a WordPress.org version, which is if you're more technical and you are comfortable with setting up your own web host provider, configuring SQL servers, and upgrading and uploading your own plugins and be able to troubleshoot. This WordPress.org is the version for you because it allows you to unlimited control of your themes, tweaking, and such like that. But there is some drawbacks. They kind of expect that you have some technical know-how. WordPress.com is just basically out of the box, ready to go. It's a great solution if you just want to get started. This is how I started. WordPress.com is like WordPress with training wheels. So it guides you to learning WordPress without having to worry or hassle about maintenance, upkeep, updating or upgrading your website files. It does it automatically for you, but there are drawbacks, especially when you get to the phase where you need to tweak a design or add something or whatever. Now, WordPress.com does have a premium version, and what that is, you get of course, you get domain name and mapping, which basically means you get a domain name like yourname.com, and that will actually point to your WordPress.com website. So instead of getting something like this up here in the corner, you'll get a domain name like this, and it'll go to your WordPress.com website. Now, honestly, for the price of what that is, I honestly think I could do a lot better doing it my own. But this is made for people that don't have that technical background or that know-how, and they want to still have the benefits of having their own website and having their own domain name and be able to do some type of custom design later. But personally, I think it's just there's a lot of free videos out there, a lot of free training on WordPress. And if anybody needs help on learning it, I can actually help them and help them install it on a web server and find hosting really inexpensively. But for the deal and the money, when you pay this $100 instead of $200, you get like a very robust hosting system. So if your website starts getting like thousands of hits a day, WordPress.com has a network of web servers that can handle the traffic, which is what you want. You don't want your website to go down, and users find out that it's unavailable when they get, because it's not good for business or for whatever, for your for your project or whatever. You want your website to be available all the time, up all the time. So this is another solution. Or you're going to pay lots of money for a personal web hosting solution that does that. It's crazy amounts, but basic portfolio and stuff like that, put your CV. This is perfect for it. So I just wanted to just show you a few things. I remember Professor Wong, Dr. Wong, had mentioned theme forest. And I wanted to kind of clarify some of the information he gave us, because he didn't really talk about the two different versions of WordPress, and I think it's very important to distinguish between the two, which I just said, WordPress.com and WordPress.org. It's a little confusing. WordPress.org is the self-hosted version, which means you download the software, here we go. Like, you download WordPress, and which I'm doing right now, and you install it on your own host provider. So you have to upload it to your host provider, unzip it, configure all the files, plug in the SQL database information, all that stuff. But nowadays, host providers have WordPress installer, so it's just one click and they do all the work for you. I use Just Host. I'm actually a reseller for Just Host, and they have a very robust cPanel, which is the panel that you log into for your hosting account. Um, so you download the software, you install it yourself, and you configure it yourself, and you do all those things. You upload the plugins. With WordPress.com, they have a set of plugins already for you. And here's what the public sees. Now I'm going to actually click over here and go to my dashboard, and I'm going to show you, give you a little rundown of the dashboard. Um, WordPress in general, the WordPress.com has a lot of built-in plugins and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier for you to see what's just going on. For example, like they have stats. They will tell you how many views you got on a certain day. What articles were the most viewed, and I like that. I like to see those statistics so I have 39,373 all-time views and 79 comments. So this is the dashboard, and it's basically your control panel for your blog or your website. It kind of gives you an overview of everything. Over here you have appearance, and this is where you can change your theme. Now for WordPress.com, they give you a pre-selection of themes that you can use, and this is pretty new, the premium version. So if you like this premium version of this theme, you have to either be a premium subscriber or pay a fee. Like this is $80, and I think this is like too crazy expensive, honestly, because on the self-hosted version, you can add plugins. And plugins give your website functionality. They allow you to add like a gallery, a photo gallery, or audio, or it just allows it really enhances, plugins enhance your user experience because you want to create an environment, an atmosphere for them to engage with your website. And that's the whole beauty about blogs, is that there's just not one-way communication, it's two-way, and allows your visitor to engage with you. So that's that's WordPress.com. Here is ThemeForest. Now you cannot buy themes from ThemeForest and install them on your WordPress.com account. It just does not work that way. The most that WordPress.com will allow you to do is modify the CSS code. That's about it. And unless you know CSS, it's very, very confusing. It can be daunting and overwhelming a little bit. So I frequently buy themes from this website and other websites, and I upload them to my personal versions. Now, here are a few versions of some websites I designed. This one I designed for a Brazilian saxophonist from Rio de Janeiro, and this is a responsive parallax theme. And basically, when you click on these different things, it kind of scrolls down, and the images, if you notice here, this image just kind of changes perspective when I do that. And then some of these. Now he has his discography with photos. You can click on them and they'll open up. There's some videos, his YouTube videos, and people can subscribe to his YouTube right here. There's photos of him performing, and so WordPress.org version allows you to do lots of different things, add plugins. Here's a plugin that I added that allows him to control or modify or even add things to his website for download. It's called Download Manager, and it's free, which is great. Some really, really good plugins cost money, but they're worth every penny. Here's another website I did for a filmmaker. It's called the name of the website is called The Yellow Room, and actually, if I refresh this, you'll see that it's a video background. It's a video playing in the background, and it's kind of engaging. People like it, and here's information about the film. It pops up, and the video's still playing in the background. You can have photos coming in and out on the background as well. And these are themes that I bought on ThemeForest. And here's another one I bought. This is for a film that I produced and shot and edited. So this one kind of introduces the film, and then there's different synopsis. There's also a parallax theme, and the characters are cool. This is a portfolio version. So if you click on someone's name, what's going to happen is their information is going to pop up. It's going to show you, photos and their social links, and here's my filmography and some of my reel on Vimeo. I can actually embed video really easily on the self-hosted version and tweak it and get it the way I want, just the way I want it. So these are just examples. Of these are self-hosted versions of WordPress because you get more flexibility. You can tweak things. You can get it exactly, nudge it to exactly what you want. I held you hostage long enough, and so this has been about 15 minutes. If you have any questions, or you need some advice or tips on how to work with WordPress, you feel free to inbox me on right here on the UMS website, and I'll be more than glad to help you, give you some guidance, show you some pointers, and that's such a thing. If you need help installing it on your own host provider, if you need help finding one, not all host providers are created equal, and I can point you to the right ones if you like. Inexpensive version, inexpensive as well, but robust. Don't fall for the $3.99 a month ones, web hosting, because they will not handle the bandwidth and the traffic. Like oneand1.com, you can get great domain names from them for 99 cents a year, but sometimes when they have sales. But don't get their hosting because it's not robust enough. GoDaddy.com is really good. They have these WordPress installers, so it's a one-click install, and they'll set it up for you. Just provide them a little information, and they install it for you, so you don't really have to worry about all the technical the SQL setups. I've worked, this site right here is hosted on GoDaddy, and I never had a problem with them. So if you have a GoDaddy account, you can get them, and they have everything you need to get going. GoDaddy. So if you have any questions, again, Facebook me. I'm on Facebook. Joseph A. EULO. I'm on Facebook, and feel free to friend me, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Take care and have a great day.